Last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
56. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, 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 gone.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
Well, you know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Rats.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Detroit. Detroit.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. And his kick here is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
On first down, Allen. He's going to let this one go deep. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, this is something you may have to deal with when you give the keys to the offense to a rookie quarterback. Now 2 first-half interception.
And you do expect it. But I think this deep into the season, you're expecting that to improve and not see it quite so often, or definitely not in this case. So when he goes to the sidelines and the head coach puts his arm around him, he might not be talking to him in nice tones.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. And once more. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And the ball is knocked out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations. That's
going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. He'll get this one to Switzer. Ryan Switzer, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, and I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. This is Johnson. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, Johnson. He takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Allen. Open man is Switzer complete. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. It's a quarterback sneak. Trying to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll get him down up past the 15. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, eluding the tackle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how he was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
57.
2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. We're back to East Rutherford, but first this timeout.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Lucky 56.
He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it.
And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Detroit. Detroit.
Allen looks to throw on second down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And here's Allen. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars are back within a score. And he'll bang that one through. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be...
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Being chased out left. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable here from the 38. So much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. He'll drop to throw. Out to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
All right, now look at 56.
Allen now on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Allen going to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
And they'll go on the ground. And he's got some space here. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play there for the Giants. 46 yards on the ground. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Gone!
Right back to him on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
And they'll run it here. Uses the spin. A gain of 7 might change the thought process here as they have some options on 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and sneak it here. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. It's their quarterback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means they're one.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Jaron Reed busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Detroit! All right, now, look at 56.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And that pressure gets to him again. Raekwon McMillan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, now, look at 56.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's got this one complete to Callaway. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually...
This is caught inside the 15. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. From the gun, it's Allen. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, and it's third down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Allen now on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will get him 1 closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And New York set to take the field.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now they try the right side here. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And, he took that thing one-handed. What a grab. And down inside the 15 he goes. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Back to throw here. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Justin Houston. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Looking deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
On third down, Allen. And he comes back with one complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. On first down, Allen. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Now they'll run it on the toss. They find some open field here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Whistles and a timeout at the 2:05 mark. So this defense wanting to get one more pause in before the 2-minute warning, and they do just that. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And, he spins past him and into space. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on 3rd and goal.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to tell you, this is football time to me. They're inside the 10-yard line. That's like drawing the line in the sand. Who's going to make the stand here? Defensive guys, they know if he gets in the end zone, this ball game is over. And the guys with the football right now, they're thinking, let's just pound it in there.
Got to hold him to 3 to keep this a 1-score game.
All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is is right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and...
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.